man. Oh. Oh, that was quick. Oh, so I can see all the comments and stuff while I do this. Alright, cool, yeah, do your thing. I'm just gonna sit here, just let me know. For a moment. Alright, because I gotta know these levels aren't too high. Oh, it's filling up now. So yeah, hopefully on my end, the music for this is kind of loud at times, like when I open it up, despite with Stickman yesterday. So hopefully I balanced out the levels a bit. So yeah. Thank you to all three of you for showing up. Seeing that Blue Rose is here. Is anyone else able to talk right now in the chat? Okay. I just want to see everything. Yeah, just let me know when you come back. I'm just making sure all the settings are correct. Alright. Let's see how well I remember to know how to play this. Database system online. A new profile detected. Analyzing. New profile number 237771. Economic bracket. Lower middle class. Well, it just says lower middle. Employment category bleak. I feel so called out right now. Emotional health rating low. Okay, this is literally me. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Oh, negative. Premium level assistance requested. Proceed. Negative. Pretty please. Nope. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile number 237771. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Alright, I'm gonna do what I always do for this. I remember how to spell it correctly. And just keep the last name. I forgot what color his eyes are, but I'm just gonna make him red. Wait, does Sephiroth have blue eyes? That may be it. Just gonna leave it there. Premium level assistance for profile number 237771. Sephiroth Cater has been activated for the sake of his hopes and dreams. Following is a work of fiction. All references to trademarked classic arcade game titles are used under nominative fair use and you can't even read it. I didn't even click anything. Winners don't use drugs. William S. I don't know why it's moving on its own. Not fast. It's been forever since I've played it. It's like, I did showcased all the romances before separately. More of a teal? Well, I made him blue. So, close enough. Close enough. It is the year 20XX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots? Maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date, I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesman, and a lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in. Kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis, metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Bro, that's what my first apartment's gonna look like. The cracks on the wall. Loudness in the corner, loud parents. Alright, gotta take a moment real quick. Probably gotta turn off the camera for a second. Alright, sorry about that. A couple real life things got in the way. Alright, now where do we leave off? Behold my quaint little apartment. Look at the little penguin. I think my head's in the way. Let me see if I'm gonna put my head to the right. Fix that. Pull this over. Be able to see the penguin now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but look at the penguin on the left side. That's cute. We'll put that on a little shelf. Blah. Can't complain, really. It's paradise in a relative sense. Always in the sense of the word. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most in my family tree. Or at least I was, for today.
You got fired from another job?
A wild waifu has appeared.
Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
I have disappointed my waifu. Full waifu. What was I doing? Sorry, some text real quick. Blue Rose, are you still here? Because I saw that people gotten down. I think you're still here, and I think I'm watching the chat. Okay, so the horrified-looking young woman... Okay, lit. This right here is the waifu for life right here. Best character. The horrified looking young woman there would be my roommate, my childhood friend, Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like, you know, today. This is a horrible day for me to stream today, because it's just heated politics in my kitchen right now. Yeah, that's a big oof right now. That's why I had to leave for 2 seconds, because the Biden speech, just to see what all the shouting was about. Okay, so. Oh, yes, of course. Seeing my waifu really is very lighthearted. Little bits of joy. Okay, so what we're saying. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job. Like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't
I don't
about this.
get... Oh wait, I'm reading her lines.
I'm upset on your behalf. Come on.
I gotta turn it up because I can barely hear her. Plus clothes, Juniper. How much I can do about that? Why get upset? Oh, can't hear her speak on this one. Because you actually enjoyed that job. More than you enjoyed dishwashing, soap, and smelly socks at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. It's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean, the community center literally fell apart, and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do, as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were. Coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. Let me take a moment to save. In case something happens. Okay, that's got a ton of saves on it. If you just look closely. I have like 5 billion saves for this. Actually, when I was recording all the different romance scenes for the channel before. So, at least when you get back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that?
I wish there was more consecutiveness for when the voices come out. But they tried to go easy on the VAs, I guess.
I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
She is too pure for this world. I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. My mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of class. No, alarms. Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech, and I forgot to put on my pants, and your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
Oh, hey, I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? Oh dear. It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun right. Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and or urine. Oh, she knows me so well. I'll think about it. Okay. But don't think too long, right? Hey look, it's me during quarantine. Just phone lying next to you. In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying, I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself with my life, too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me. And my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. The two of us against any dark force aligning against me. My phone was playing tricks on me because I was looking at the live chat and a number went down because I was like, is it just me that's showing as live? Because I'm just using this to look at the comments and stuff using my phone over here. Bless her heart. She means well. she's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us against any dark forces aligning against me. You just move my cursor so I can see this. 1 second. Shift you over here. Be able to see the comments now. A little older. Alright, cool. I should be fine now. I can turn off my phone. Oh yeah, that is weird. Alright, I can see the comments on my computer now, so that's a little helpful. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes. But skilled? Nope. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked into the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So, moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Now, this is obvious. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find the job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and...
Hello!
There's a tiny woman in my phone! Siri of the future. Huh. Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me, I went, huh. Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future year 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
We all need a life coach.
This is the app-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
I love pizza bagels, actually.
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts. I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
If only this was real. Really wish it was. I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure. Why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already has a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it'd work just as well. But I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program, with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but I couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more? Alright, let's get that tutorial. Tiffany from... Oh! I remember that episode. Oh god. Okay, go back. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. The system allows me to better understand... Yes, that episode was very creepy. That's like every visual novel reader's worst nightmare. This system allows me to better understand who you are. Well, date simmers, all types of people that play games, that was their nightmare. We all do. We all do. This system allows me to better understand you, who you are, and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your responses to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. Sounds to me like programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct. My branding game is on point. I'm always tired, no matter how much sleep I get. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up someone's spirits. Yeah, she said spirits. But a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground, but that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are passionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. Why not just say basic option? It's a balance. Oh, they just said they wanted all the Y's. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, generally steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. So what are you saying? Is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically? I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad.
Nope.
Heck no. They're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. I'm not gonna get very far with that. Now let's see my patent pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes? Hi, Jokes, I'm Dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them. So now that you've seen the identity yeah, I know it was bad. So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making, it's up to you. When you're trying to get a certain ending, it's important that you see which ones it is. Okay, you'll see indicators in all their glorious color. What if I'm colorblind? That's why they're also uniquely shaped. Don't worry, I got your back. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Yep, just all dad jokes. You look at that, such a strong personality. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or Chivos, as the kids say, encourage app engagement. I'm gonna start calling achievements Chivos. Okay, well, what's with the empty space on the left? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores. Wonderful. So you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the fast game you're making my daily life? This is just so meta. Sephiroth, looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them, and it will be obvious when you're doing that. Luckily, I remember which characters like which responses, so it's a little easier, alright. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating is needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything! Ta-da! Or ta-da! Okay, but how is any of this supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
Spirits always said the same. You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost, that's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
I need to go to preferences. Voice is very loud.
Hey! Listen!
Romance? Seriously? Seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster. Hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kinda awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Yeah, we're gonna go straight up into it. Think I'm mature enough to juggle both at once? Why not? Super. And remember, the choice is yours. If you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now let's get started.
To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. Duh. Oh no, red flag! Mega red flag right there. Aha, I knew it! This is some kind of scam! I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice and missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
Bad command or file name?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Good lord. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18 times the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in the last night to escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the sky and see. So, do I just stand here or...
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes, nicer than those. Please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly. You want to look your best. But we just... How... Okay, how did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now get a move on. Ugh, I don't know how to do that sound. It's like what? Now get a move on. I think that's the sound that means. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could get dressed for Iris's job interview. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what were very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not that I believe the silly app's claims at serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. But well... Gutsy! Juniper's right. I need to get my life in gear. So what's the harm in diving into something this wacky? Okay, there could be a lot of harm, granted, but the alternative is to mope around our apartment for weeks, then eat cats. Go get a job anyway. So I thought, screw it. I'm in on this runaway train. Let's see how far it goes. And as I came to realize weeks later, turns out that was the best impulsive decision I've ever made. There's so many places in LA that looks like this. The bus drops me off. Oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building. Although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX. Places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story. Very clever. An arcade. Unplex. Is that a real place? An arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas. Ew. Did not know that. Which sounds,
Hey! Listen!
the references, they're so strong. What you think? I think that's two things no human... Oh, of course it's in New Jersey. That's one reason to go to New Jersey. Oh, wow. $6,000. I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean... about your future... Oh, cool. Now I'm seeing where they got it from. No, I mean about your future place of work. Cool. Is it still open? Lit. Awesome. I'm just really hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books. Oh, cool. About oral hygiene or old books, I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. Behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh? Alright, well, I'll have to go when COVID's over. Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job? Really?
99.97%.
Okay. Where's the .03? I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, TM, they had to put the whole trademark. A dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from... This calls it fun place. Okay. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame, indigestion, but fame and fortune. But those who don't, well, no wonder Ira sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always as popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kids movie about a cute alien visitor who wants to phone home. That is exactly right. The E.T. video game was so bad. They didn't think they would come back from that. That's some research right there. These creators, they know their facts. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it ruined video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. The game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. So in this universe, it never existed. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for the people in the darkest timeline where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. So this is alternate universe. I never realized that there's some things in dialogue I didn't fully read when I played it. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You said you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Okay. Won't this be like my lifeguarding job, though? Satisfying but short-lived. This arcade doesn't look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace. That's for sure. Oh, my voice is so bad today. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in 15 years. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. And when this job inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest, but then I close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from underneath me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. I mean, what the hell? Why not? Buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what I told myself when I walked out the door this morning, wasn't it? No matter how risky, I owed it to myself to jump in with both feet. And when it all came crashing down, well, I'd recovered before. I'd recover again. Meanwhile, may as well take the opportunity in front of me. So, I went up to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Now we show the arcade. Oh, look how pretty. The pink is kind of messing with my head right now. Let's change it to that. Oh, I like the blue better. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck with something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat. Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here, but the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing, a Japanese import.
My sources say yes.
checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Mihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa. Is that seriously a Mr. Mopey's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose.
Bleeping.
So, how can I help you, dear?
A Funplex is... Man, gotta have some humor. A Funplex? Is that when you suplex a... Yes, I've heard that one before, dear. Consider we've been open since 1970 blank. I've heard them all. But it's still nice to see young people with a good sense of humor. And it's nice of you to try and cheer an old lady. Yes, they did! They love doing that on this one. But it's still nice to see young people with a good sense of humor. And it's nice of you to try and cheer an old lady up. Yes, I heard you call me a lady. Well, it is factual statement, isn't it? No insult taken, dear.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Aww. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
No! 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 That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are... I forgot about some of these lines that are gold. Oh, it's been so long. This game came out in 2019. And you are... Sephiroth Cater, ma'am. I came here looking for a job. I understand my interview was, prearranged? Ah, yes, the computer did send me an email. Send me a mail about that. I think it should be email. Maybe a little mess up. I'd almost forgotten. So shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise, anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end, done. She works an eyebrow. Well, now that's faster than the others, I bet. So shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Another penguin! Is my face covering it? Oh, good, it's not. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and into a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin. It's a tense day. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for dozens of jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
T-Rex.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Right. Okay. Maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. T-Rex? A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Mightiest of the mighty. Able to eat warriors in one bite. Always the big bad in old-timey stop-motion monster movies. So you're self-conscious about your tiny little arms? No. It's okay, dear. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh my god.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos. But snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Say pizza bagels. The pizza's on a bagel, you better. After giving it a good thought, I don't get it. Tacos are also my favorite snacks. There is no other sustenance. I can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want and how to get it. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Tacos are the business, though. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Zombie. Is this interview for real or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious. I guess I'll say medical. Medical, definitely. In a world without warriors, I'm sure I could do a reasonable job. Seriously, I did have to take a first aid class when I worked at previous jobs, and CPR lessons. That's a great point. Doctors and nurses will all be exposed to assorted patient zeros, and will be the first ones eaten. People with any medical knowledge will be in high demand. Could be the difference between your party living and dying slowly and painfully. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. Told you, I came about the
You're
job.
seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And so I ask you again, why are you here?
Bruh, existential question. To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than why not. Buy the ticket, take the ride, that's what I told myself. That wouldn't cut it here. I needed to actually think this through. Looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. I understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here, looking for the chance to your answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your, funplex. That perks her attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation that. And an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in return. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure. And yet, it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Sephiroth. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you didn't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat. Oh dear.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I have no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be back in the office if you need me. Look at that smile. Yeah. Okay then. Adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. Could have lost hope then, and then and there, that this job would be even slightly more engaging than... Okay, stop yawning today. But I wouldn't be able to fully sleep. But choose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Let's do this thing. Any minute now. Look at the face! I crave the sweet embrace of death. Bruh, same. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now, and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty funplex shot glass, or a colored pencil set, or a... Oops. I didn't even know doing that would open the menu. Because I'm using my wireless mouse. Or a light-up yo-yo. Man, I miss those. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope. Just walking right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, of course, damn, he's hot. That's my kind of guy. I mean, yum. Not to be crass about it, but he's one handsome boy, that's for sure. It's so funny with the flirt options. Crap, now he's looking my way. Was I staring? I gotta play this smooth. Hold on a minute, who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Gotta be... This guy is very serious, so you gotta give him basic or serious answers. I'm Sephiroth Cater. Francine hired me to work the desk. The interview process was interesting, to say the least. I have to admit, though, I've literally been sitting here for hours doing nothing, but there's nothing to do, because there's nothing to do. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat. Mornings are usually slow. It's quite normal, actually. Has she interviewed you already? Good.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work at the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian? Alright, man, big words. And loves working the floor. But sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So she's explained the job to you. Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper.
Gavin.
I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right. So, as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant. You attend the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one, running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be here later. Will be in later. We need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, and you've likely gathered. As you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked a high pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't. I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough. Alright, I'm gonna leave it up to you, Blue Rose, who I romance first once you meet everybody. And then we'll go down the line. So yeah. There's many to choose from. And one secret romance I discovered when I was finishing it up.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's basically retired. Let her enjoy the retirement in peace. Comprendo? Serious answers for a serious man. This isn't my first pony ride, you can rely on me. Well, this is one of them. Gavin's one. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something that I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Every time you see that, that means they liked your decision. One step closer. Gavin nods approvingly.
Indeed.
Good, I'd like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimming. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin's eyes again, a stress relief gesture. But his expression softened somewhat
I
afterwards.
take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So,
It's got heart.
you
even
find
in
some
all that
value in this place
seriousness.
beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Serious answer. Why so aggressive? I just got here. Seriously, why this preemptive assumption I'll be a problems employee? It's only my first day on the job. I'm the protector of their hopes and dreams, with a lack of a less flowery way to put it. I've got right to be suspicious of you. But do your work, don't screw with them, and we'll get along just fine. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather stick around. That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. The workshop's through the door there, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game. She used Laban's terms. Got it? See you later, Yummy.
Pardon?
See you later, Gavin. I said Gavin, that's what I said. He said Yummy. Yeah, just letting the attraction just seep through. Satisfied for now, Kevin heads in the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine really's taking a nap back there, hopefully she's going to crunch quietly. Hindsight, wow, Gavin's still hot, I'm not gonna lie. Personality-wise, I'm not sure what to make of him. He was blunt like a baseball bat, sure, but he seems to get Francine's ideals. I think there could be some kindness buried under. Bruh, how did you figure that out? Did you Google that, or did you already know? I think there could be some sort of kindness buried under his matter-of-fact exterior. We'll see. Anyway, I should go meet my next co-worker. Oh, IMDb. Dope. They know everything. This Naomi that he mentioned, although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe. Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. Turn the handle and step inside. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. Here is the next romance option. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. A girl, here we go. Huh, I didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of a poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me. For lack of a better way to interrupt her, I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know. Oh, I love Psychonauts! I may do a playthrough of that because I always wanted to finish it on the channel. So at some point. I don't know. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Ah! Oh.
Hello. So adorable.
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Sephiroth. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today. Oh yeah, it's a very good game. Hence why people have been advocating for a sequel for years. It took them, what, like 10 years or more to put out the VR sequel, and now the official second game is coming out this year. I'm Sephiroth. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today.
Oh! Hi! I didn't realize Francine already found someone.
She's just so adorable. I just can't even. She likes kind answers.
I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
She's been busy. She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. I just want to hold her. She's so cute. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. Ah! That's the same thing I said! Oh my god, she is so cute, I just want to hug her, but that would be super inappropriate. I am but a weak-willed human being. One who grew up feeling mighty funny whenever I saw Velma from Scooby-Doo. Okay. Some of us are Velma people. I was a Shaggy person. Nerds need love too, you know? And when I was moved from school to school, a social outcast, I was drawn to fellow outcasts in turn. Still beyond my weird libido, mostly I notice how much she's smiling as she welds that little thing onto the bigger thing. She's just so happy and at peace. I can appreciate that joy in one's nerdy passions.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
Good old Gavin. He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin.
Yep.
I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Let's see. Oh, Miraculous Ladybug. Barbie movies. Yeah, move this over so I can read what you wrote. I need to binge Miraculous Ladybug. I've just never gotten to it. Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
I just love the roll of her voice and stuff. And per the description, I'm just trying to imagine how short she is, because the main person looks like he or she is like, he, she, or they, because you can use all those pronouns. He, she, or they looks like they're like 5'9". So I'm guessing Naomi could be like 5'2". Oh, good. I can watch it on there. Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathoid ray tube. What? The large cathoid ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There are a surprising number of green circuit boards in the large... on Netflix. So I can watch it right now before it moves, or I can just wait. Okay. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that large hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. I think she likes jokes as well as being kind. Maybe we could fill it in with nacho chips. Let's pack that party with some thick, tasty guac and have a nacho party.
No!
Guess she didn't think it was that funny. Speaking as someone who's had to clean rat droppings out of rescued cabinets, trust me when I say that's a horrible idea. But there goes my appetite. Using a pocket multimeter. Oh, you know I love goths. I die for them, man. But seriously, why is it so empty? It's a matter of form over function, I'd say.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so that you can play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring from her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile. Not just a job well done, but at the look of the whole thing, like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. You can also tell based off their color thing which responses they're gonna like, since hers is green kind, which you would not be able to tell if you're colorblind. Oh, that's an unfortunate thing. The what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wood circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be the one whole thing, the art, the style, and of course the game itself, with all it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Oops, I clicked too fast. Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin, what's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I can get along with him, generally. But his whole attitude is just, oof.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. Anybody's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. Inevitable. Gotta continuously save because then I'll just forget in case something happens. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with. What's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. It's like a pretty sore point here. Long-standing argument with that new guy I really shouldn't get involved with. I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin, so I'm not sure I should prod at all. I kind of want to know, too. So, what's there to do that's fun around?
What?
Games. It is a funplex. It's literally a plex of fun. Right, I know. I knew that. Sorry. I always ask not questions when I'm, No, I should apologize. You started here and I'm dumping workplace gossip on you. That's mean of me. Me. I try to stay cheerful really no matter what. But try to speak in different words. Anyway, don't worry about it. Gavin's my problem, not yours. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of guy. Well, a strong guy at least. Well, you're a guy. That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then? Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. Now, my left. You're right. Careful. Now forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right. Keep it coming, and there. Carefully. Tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback button. Thanks for helping me out, Sephiroth. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... Alright, stomach growling. Food required, except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel...
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you have pizza on a bagel... Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo whoop sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know, wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. She's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime, here you go. She presses a box lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What do you have for lunch then? Well, I can get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya!
See you after lunch. I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I can understand. Naomi definitely reminds me of some of the friends I made back in school. A little weird, a little obsessive about things, but charmingly so. We seem to think alike in a lot of ways. I think we'll get along just fine. But I am silly to hold on for hope. I don't know more. First day on the job, Sephiroth, get your head on straight. Yet, she did give me your lunch. Me, a total stranger. Gotta be something there, right? So, bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. So she's cute, right? She's one of my favorites. So that's 2 options you've seen. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food time. It's not much. A few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Incoherent scream, coherent scream, await death. Incoherent scream! With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move in the vision of terror before me. The half-human, half-animal waving their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? Waking nightmare. See? Nothing to be afraid of. Ashley! Alright, I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was wondering I scared the life out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you.
I can't remember what answers
Really?
she likes. Are they kind or are they funny?
Can we start over, maybe?
Let me save, because I don't remember right now. I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Ashley! I'm Sephiroth.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex? What now? Waking nightmare. This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
I'm curious to what's in her IMDb, so let me know. Me or no?
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
But no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today? This morning, to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature. Aww. So enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had known more. Maybe she's a lesser known VA?
Let's see.
You could have steadily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up to the employees only door. But how did you get the tour code?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. Oh. They don't have Juniper on there? Ah, that's very light. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret key code just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional superhero. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find it weird, but I kinda dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would have you snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped. But for a price. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a couple of minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Oh, jeez. I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character, I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize the character you are. Empowering? Really? Granted, she's certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it makes it a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation, intentionally. Yep, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally, I get enough thread running through them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Yeah. Good answer. Aw, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds and get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer and she leans in and glances around the room once, then talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm. I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh, limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged at my arm and whoosh. Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. But at least you are consistently scaring people. It's not just me.
Nope.
Hey now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? So your Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend the floor. The floor is a thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them earlier. I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. They always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Sephiroth. Consider them marked.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, beep beep, Sephiroth. What's that sound? Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the old grind. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No!
That's no good. Sephiroth needs his calories. You eat up. I'll watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough, thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart. Wow. It occurs to me that I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. Ashley is a total cutie. I'm all aboard the Pinky train. Choo choo. I'm a little shocked at how creative and fun Ashley is. I've never met anyone like her that has so much gusto in life. I hope if I spend more time with her, a little of that passion will rub off on me too. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out, school's done, and late rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. But actually covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor. I have never defeated Sephiroth in KH2. I tried so hard when I first played it on PlayStation 2. Like, I really tried. I got to like level 70 something, and I tried again. I still couldn't do it. Like, it just seemed impossible at a certain point. So, yeah. I've not beaten Sephiroth, unfortunately. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. Yes, he is very difficult. And a freaking sword. No wonder he's so overpowered on Smash Bros. Imagine if they brought Sora in and then someone picks Sephiroth and they're like, no! Did I seriously drool over each and every one of my coworkers? I gotta watch out, or I'm headed for an extremely justified HR department. Yeah, everyone hates his sword. That footage where they showed Mario on the end of his sword and you thought that he had just stabbed him straight up. Yeah. I gotta watch out or I'm headed for an extremely justified HR department. Smack upside the head or for inappropriate behavior. Yes, we all want Sora. I'm not looking for a harem ending here. I'm looking for a job where I can get along with people. And maybe you know something more. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but which do I tackle first? An irate customer near Mr. Moby's. These are 3 more romantic options. So listen closely. Number 1. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. Until you rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on! Hurry up and finish your game. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Sephiroth, floor attendant. Stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this to wrap up his dang game. There's a lot of cursing, but it's in like these thingies for the harder words. To wrap up his game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as this man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece off this game, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring out to hear the fat piece side of the story before rushing to judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. He doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again, twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moby's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee. Thank you, Naomi, which simply reads, Moby.